Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're well. This video is going to be about my favorites from the month of January. I have a little bit of everything. I don't have an overwhelming amount of things, but anyway, I just wanted to, like I said in my vlog, hop on that bandwagon train and just share with you some of the things that I've been loving. So let's get into it. It'll be quick. I won't over explain myself or try and repeat the same thing, but I probably will. Anyway, let's get into it. The first item. So the first favorite I'm going to talk about is the Almond Milk Body Butter by The Body Shop, and it has a claim of 96 hours holding up the moisture, but I haven't really applied it to the rest of my body. I've only been using this as a hand cream and I really am enjoying it. I use it a lot in the month of January, but I still am using it because it's winter here, so my hands are often dry. What I really like about this is it has a very luxe feeling to it. It's very luxurious. It is a beautiful consistency. It's quite thick, but as you can see, it just easily sinks into the skin and it provides a wonderful amount of moisture. It's not sticky feeling, it's not greasy. It has a wonderful light almond scent, so if you know anything that's heavily fragranced, I typically struggle with headaches and I don't often use those products just because of that. So yeah, I really like this. It doesn't have a white cast, it doesn't take a long time to sink into the skin, and it's great for dry, sensitive skin, but I've just been loving this 50 ml size for my hands. And I keep it in my office and I use it all the time. Love it. So the next item I'm going to talk about is the 5-in-1 Bouncy Mask by First Aid Beauty. Unfortunately, this product is discontinued. However, they have a 5-in-1 eye cream that I believe has a lot of the same properties as this item. So if you are interested in trying something similar to this, I would recommend maybe buying that. Or if you suffer from sensitive skin, this brand is amazing for skincare and I would highly recommend them or trying them out. But anyway, I found this and I didn't really know what to think of it. I was kind of just sitting in my vanity and one day I just decided to start using it, and I have to say I absolutely love it. There's like this gel consistency to it and it reminds me a lot of like the aloe vera texture. I used to grow aloe vera in my garden and I would apply it as a mask or as a moisturizer, and it has the same consistency and even similar effects to that. It provides this really nice cooling sensation as well, but it's not over the top, and it's also very lightly scented, which is great. I like that it's lightly scented, and I also like that if I leave this on even for 5 minutes, I instantly see results. My skin looks more refreshed, it looks plump, less dull, and you can use this up to 3 times a week, which is another awesome thing about it. It doesn't restrict you because of its powerful ingredients. I find that the ingredients in this are suitable for sensitive skin and you can use it several times a week, which is great, especially if you want like a skin refresh or restart. So the next item is Vitamin E Oil. I used to use this on scars from acne back in the day. Just from like the capsules, I would break them apart and kind of dot the oil on those areas, but I picked this up last month from Walmart. It's by the brand Equate. I'm sure this isn't the best vitamin E oil you can pick up, but I bought this on a whim because I wanted to use it more of a moisturizer just because I've been struggling with really dry skin this winter, and I also know that it helps with scarring and reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, which is great. So I picked this up and it does have a little bit of stickiness, a sticky texture to it, just like castor oil, but less sticky. I apply it honestly as a moisturizer all over my face, and I started doing it at nighttime. It's great if you have sensitive skin. It does not clog my pores. I know that that's a misconception when it comes to oils, but I've just been loving this, and it has no scent to it, which is great. And it's just a great addition to my skincare routine, whether it's applied on its own or I mix it in with my Vichy Youth Serum, or I put a little bit in with my daytime moisturizer. It's just a great addition and I am loving it. I have noticed that it's reduced the scarring underneath my chin, and it's also reduced the cracking of skin around my nails. It has tons of benefits, just to name a few. Again, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It reduced the cracked skin. It's great for moisturizing, and it also helps with reducing scarring from acne or hyperpigmentation in certain areas. One of the things that I would say is kind of annoying about it is the texture. If you struggle with sticky things, I wouldn't necessarily advise you to get this or apply it on its own. Maybe just add a couple drops of it to your moisturizer and you won't necessarily notice that. It's very long lasting, and again, it's great on my sensitive skin. So I am loving this in the month of January. So this next product is going to be a little bit controversial, but I still wanted to bring it up because I have been loving it in the month of January. Not so much the product, but the person behind the product might be a bit controversial. But anyway, like I said, if I'm being honest, I really do like it. I haven't tried too much from this brand. I have this product and I think another kind of powder, but that's about it. Anyway, this is the Brightening and Setting Palette, and it has 4 shades: Peach, Light Banana, Almond, and Caramel. And this has replaced my Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder, which I absolutely love, but they have discontinued it. And over the years, I've tried to find something similar to this. I just can't. And then this came along, and I have been loving it. I use almost every shade in this palette, and I just find that it does everything I want it to, specifically underneath the eye and the T-zone. It is a smooth, light consistency. I find that you can't really over powder those areas with this powder, which is great. And it just has a lot of the similar effects that I loved about this powder in this palette. And I really like that it has 4 different shades as well. So yeah, I am really liking this product. I will insert some clips, maybe I have already, of, you know, before and afters comparing the 2 products. But if you are looking for a really nice brightening powder for underneath the eye, this is wonderful. And it sets, it's very smooth. Obviously, regardless of what makeup you use, it's inevitable that you might experience some creasing throughout the day underneath your eye, especially if you have wrinkles, which I do. I'm not asking this to be like a miracle product, but it does hold it down for as long as, I'd say, 3 hours before I start to see like little fine lines, and then all I have to do is just pat and they're gone and we're good to go. So I am loving this product, and it's replaced my Wet n Wild Photo Focus pressed powder that I love so much, and maybe they'll bring it back one day, but if they don't, this is the close win next to it. Something else I've been loving in the month of January is this little guy right here. 300 writing prompts, including lessons, tips, instructions to help you become a better writer. Now, I won't necessarily say out loud, hey, I want to be a writer and I want to write a book or an autobiography. No, that's not me. However, I do like writing poetry, but I also think it's important to test my brain out and challenge it sometimes. And this is a great way to do that, but also it has that journaling aspect to it. And I don't necessarily journal every day, and I like that this book prompts these questions and it allows me to think and develop answers, but in, you know, creating proper writing structure, because I find that I could improve on that. I feel like we all can, especially given people don't write anymore. you know, it's just a simple, quick text or an email, and grammar is kind of overlooked a lot these days. So I just really like this, and I really love the questions inside the book. I'll give you a couple examples. Would you rather spend the day at an art museum, science museum, or history museum? Write about a time when you had no other choice. What is the best compliment you have ever received? Are you more like your mother or your father? Or are you more like someone else? And I like that each page has 2 questions, so it's not, I don't feel stressed answering the question because I just have a little bit of space to answer, you know, like half a page. If it was a question per page, I feel like I would be overwhelmed with that. But I've just been really enjoying this, and I haven't, you know, I've probably answered, I don't know, 10 questions, but it sits on my bedside, and I utilize it as a tool of distraction so that I don't pick up my phone and scroll before bed. And yeah, I just really like it. It is by piccadillyink.com. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I've just been really enjoying this little guy right here. So the last thing I want to bring up is this little guy, the Happiness Project. It's a 1-sentence journal, a 5-year record. Now, I've had this for a long time, but what I love about it is I've been using it for recording certain moments of my son. He is new to this world. As of May, he's going to be 4, so he's still, you know, fresh and young, and it's my responsibility to account for certain memories that he won't remember. So I try and record them in this little guy right here. And it's easy because it's just 1 sentence. So all you have to do is write the year, so, you know, 2024, and it's March 14th, let's say, and you write 1 sentence about something they did that day, or something you did that day, something you learned, an encounter, an experience, whatever have you. And you just fill it up, and it's going to be 5 years. Now, that's not to say I do this every day, but the goal is that eventually in his lifetime, this entire thing will be filled up, and it'll account for 5 years of 1 sentence somethings for him. And I think it would be fun for him to read, and it's small and compact, but it's really good quality. I know that there's a book called The Happiness Project. I haven't read it before, but I just snagged this at a thrift store, and I thought that might be useful one day. And as a mom who is just never accomplishing her to-do list most times, journaling pages and pages, and even documenting pictures and, you know, videos can be difficult most days, especially when you're doing it on your own, for the most part. And yeah, I even like how they have quotes after, you know, the date. They have a little quote, and then you can write your sentence. And I just think that it's a marvelous little creation. So hopefully one day he'll appreciate that. But I've been using this a lot more in the month of January, and hopefully I continue to in these next months, because I just think it's a really special gift one day to hand over to him, and he's going to learn a lot about himself that way. Yeah. So that is it for January's monthly favorites. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I really have to use the washroom, so I'm going to go do that. Still getting comfortable with recording myself, so if I, you know, stumble my words or seem a bit awkward, it's because this is as new to me as it is to this camera that hasn't been touched for a long time. And yeah, but I love it. I just wanted to preface that I am a rookie all over again, and it's probably going to be that way for my whole life. I just pick things up and then I stop and then I pick them up again, and it's just this cycle that I do, this little dance. But yeah, anyway, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.